trying to lock down a lot of the pressure it is that we're seeing. Is something it is that's not necessarily unique to. There's not something that's unique to Zato because we saw a lot of lockdown from Leo as well. But Biggie was doing pretty well so far. Wasn't doing too bad, but unfortunately loses the next set. Now we got Smoothie King once again fighting in their next match.
Alright, Smoothie King going up against JasonRiot, the man who beat the allegations, the person who's so good at plus R that they had to beat the allegations, now up against Smoothie King. And JasonRiot has been playing a lot of different games, known of course for the plus R, but has also been showing up on Central Fiction and has kind of returned to Exard. I know that they had played it earlier on in their career, but entering a lot more events. Excellent little STP there.
Good DP. Oh, you better get pulled in, sir. Nice.
Oh, excellent.
Hits him with a little bit of the reminiscence of the Strive Kai. Run a full screen grab, you know, try to make sure that you find your turn.
That's the trick there. That Kun Super is armored entirely, but it's not invincible. So you are able to throw it, are able to command grab.
And just to check him a little bit on the knowledge there. Jason still loses the match. Smoothie King is up around currently, trying to play best as they can, looking for any hit to get them knocked down.
Smoothie King has been showing some great instant blocks here. Has been getting a lot of extra situations to safely mash there because of that IP.
Oh wow, the clash on that, and it ends up working out for Soul. Thankfully, they've got the burst in deck, Smoothie King. We're about to find out why they have that username. Might end up getting blended, dives, kicks right into it, but bursts his way out. Thankfully, he's got the DP on deck. JasonRiot still trying to fight his way in. The purple RC to recover just a little bit, and DPs once again keep Smoothie King in the corner. He's the warden currently. You're in jail, you're in prison, tries to find a way out, but the yellow RC goes right over the head.
We got the system mechanics. YRC air dash is excellent for mixing up your air dash out. It's super hard to react to because of that YRC slowdown. And also it's like, will my anti-air come out fast enough with the slowdown? You always got to think about that. And just that extra little bit on the mental stack makes air dash YRC one of the safer things you can do in this game.
Not too bad, not too bad. Smoothie King, JasonRiot, here we are heading into game 2 with Smoothie King, having taken the first in the set, manages to land the fireball, knock him back down. More Oki once again with the burst. Get off me. I'm not trying to deal with this right now. There's too many problems, too much stress. Burst once again back. Smoothie doesn't want to deal with the Oki either, and now we're dealing with two burstless characters. Who gets the hit? It's going to be Jason.
JasonRiot was grinding it. DP clash, DP, pure belief. This man is a believer. Okay, and like I said, back throw into Exard, one of the scariest things. JasonRiot now stuck in this corner. There we go. The tech trap by Smoothie King. You're going to tech into this huge counter hit. I just know it. Into finally finishing it off there with the cross-up jump in.
He's up in the air. So far, JasonRiot doing a pretty good job. Manages to delay a little bit on the IED, which is really good to try and see if they can time it properly. They were already in the air, but delays the JP just to make sure they can get an overhead hit. Still making sure they're in the corner too. Wild throw, side swap once again. Now we got the dust loops just for a little bit.
Here we go. The populace is mad. The riot is starting with DP and no bait on the burst, but it looked like that was the intent.
After leads to the corner, tries to bait him with the 6H, doesn't take the bait, though Smoothie King still blocking and uses a little bit of the alpha counter just to find their way out. There's the steerable fuck while we were talking about. Nice, manages to get the overhead kick, but still cancels the fireball to try and get him, but he gets thrown back into the corner once again, and now has to keep the mix.
Yeah, gonna trade there with the 5K anti-air. Smoothie King gonna give up that round here. Still, though, only one round away from taking this ladder set against JasonRiot. And gets the burst as well. This man is fiendish.
Nice. Back there once again, but DP, hey, we're at least 5 for 5 on those DPs, I'm pretty sure. Manages to use the rejection once again. Blitz, make sure that Jason comes out on top of this exchange and gets back
there a little bit bold to start a blitz war with someone with more meter than you.
Nice, good overhead as well. This should be death. Yep,
Yep.
it's the bandit bringer.
Spend that cash.
What's actually interesting was that Smoothie King was actually walking back and forth a little bit that time. They were respecting the fact that the DP was on the table, but Jason instead went low, right? Instead of going for the instant reversal. You don't want to be in a situation where your DP ends up getting blocked. And then, of course, you might have burst, but in that scenario, you just rather not deal with it, especially with a character like Haehyun. You're dealing with a lot of OK pressure. You're dealing with a lot of mixes, and that's not something it is that you want. So good on Jason to be able to adapt to that scenario and understand that they were baiting for the DP, and good on Smoothie King to be aware that the DP was coming at some point.
JasonRiot still using this DP so well. Stick it in. Spends the bar. Oh, the footsies 5D there for Smoothie King. And I think this is Smoothie King's biggest thing. Haehyun has a lot of damage, and even when Smoothie King is baiting the DP, Smoothie King's not killing you for it. So Jason feels even more fine to throw out this mid-reward option when he's only facing a mid-punish. So the risk-reward now kind of skewed in JasonRiot's favor with the just throwing out these DP.
Great blocks on the overhead, great blocks on the lows as well from Jason, just to be aware of what's going on here. Manages to get the wall bounce. Now we're playing some basketball. We're dribbling just a little bit of the Hokito no Kin, just for a second to see the type of conversions it is that we are looking for. Great conversion from Smoothie King, keeping it simple, making sure they net themselves the round.
That's the kind of damage I'm looking for. Make JasonRiot really feel these baited DPs. Oh, again? JasonRiot is going for that simple mix-up. And so difficult to deal with. Soul command grab, gun flame. So much to look for against this character. Not to mention, of course, the excellent stagger pressure frame traps. And the God JP gonna clash there with Ku's massive fire kick.
DP gets some OK. Once again, Yellow RC, just make sure they set it up. And we managed to at least get the round once again. Jason tied these up against Smoothie King. We're here on set point.
Yep. And it all comes down to this round. No burst advantage, nothing. It's like the first round all over again. Let's see who's got it in the best to one. Jason, excellent staggers here. Gunflame jumped out of by Smoothie King. Looking to get out of here, the eagle kick. Excellent tech into air dash there from JasonRiot. To get it started here. Smoothie King, the Oki just disrespected, denied. JasonRiot does not listen to anything you have to say.
Now listen a little bit to those anti-airs. That does at least even up the health bars here from Smoothie King. Still trying to snipe it out a lot. I love the adaptation, using a lot more of that DP kick motion just to make sure that you keep the skies safe. JasonRiot still trying to find a way to get out of the situation. The burst may be his scapegoat. Who will get the hit?
Players now no burst available. Potential one-hit situation. Dead angle attack just to stay in the game. Keep this offense up.
Oh.
And Soul much less scary outside of wild throw range. Oh my gosh!
The Fafnir manages to catch him slipping just for the time being. Here's the Oki one. It's again Yellow RC. What are we
baiting the dead angle attack? What in the world was that input? Did not hit confirm the counter hit 2H.
He tried to blitz him midair, thought the DP was coming, but the yellow burst is still going to be here, throwing it out.
Balls in your face. Excellent.
Oh,
golf clap there, Smoothie King. Easy gold burst into just like, all right, this is a checkmate situation. Get out of here.
That is so crazy. His life flashed before my eyes, right? Because, I mean, he ends up going into the air, tries to use the blitz reversal to see if he can bait out the DP or any sort of anti-air, any 6P, anything. Doesn't find it. But that way, Jason actually gets the hit. He gets the counter hit, but doesn't find the conversion to kill. And then we're talking about back-to-back right there, as you see in the bottom right half of the screen here. I mean, like, this is what I'm talking about, right? There's the blitz. Manages to get caught by for the most part, and the go burst just so happens to work out. Literally, Smoothie King thought that it was just going to be a burst to send him back full screen. But because of the distance, Jason wasn't able to get the combo that they were looking for. And so since that's the case, the gold burst came out. Now we're talking about a situation where he's throwing out all these supers and you have to avoid both of these supers. It's unfortunate. An unfortunate scenario to be in.